Hello and welcome to Outlaw Bookseller with me, Stephen E. Andrews, writer, bookseller, collector, and this is an unboxing of the new first edition, limited edition of the Silmarillion by J.R.R. Tolkien with his own illustrations. Deluxe quarter leather in a slipcase with a die cut. As you see, there isn't really a trade case proper as there was with the Lord of the Rings equivalent last year. That it is a tray case, but it's just a plain brown one, as you see. And here it is, and shrink wrapped. There we go. I'm going to take a little look at that. I have to say there is very little I like more than taking the shrink wrap off something beautiful, and I guess that sounds kind of wrong, but there you go. Right, so here we go. Just going to snip the shrink at the bottom, give that a little tear, and then cover the leather on the quarter binding. Just pull that off and cast it aside. There we go, and as you see, nice cloth slipcase there, soft blue cloth with silver gilt and a die cut. This is the little prospectus that comes on there, and it tells you illustrated deluxe edition, and it has 50 full color paintings, maps, drawings and designs by the author, many appearing for the first time. An exclusive color booklet reproducing a brief account of the Silmarillion and its making by Christopher Tolkien, Tolkien's son, of course, who worked on the extant manuscripts after Tolkien's death in the 70s. Large posters which fold out, revealing colour the map of the Silmarillion, drawn by Tolkien, and a coloured version of the map of Beleriand, drawn by Christopher. Removable colour reproduction of Halls of Manuel, printed on heavy card, and it's a definitive version of the text, printed in 2 colours on heavyweight acid-free paper, including a ribbon marker. And this is quarter bound in blue leather and black cloth with raised spine ribs stamped in 3 files with the author's Luthien and Silmarils devices and the pages edged in silver gilt. And it comes in a custom built slipcase bound in blue cloth and stamped with silver foil, and the die cut there. So there we are. So that's the quarter leather. Let's pop it out and take a look at the book itself. Very beautiful, I think you'll agree. And I do love quarter leather. Full leather is even better, but of course if this was full leather, this retails at £125 UK, and Tolkien's initial sigil there. Lovely, beautiful gilt, blue leather, very beautiful. And inside, these are, I do love Tolkien's artwork. I think I've said before, if you know this channel, I'm not a massive fan of Tolkien's prose. I'm more of a sort of American early sword and sorcery guy when it comes to heroic fantasy, but I do love his artwork. There you go. And there's the Beleriand map by Christopher, who did all that work over many, many years. That's great. Soft grey end papers there. And we'll just take a look inside. Half title page decorated. The print is blue. And again, the blue. Lovely. And this is a first thus, of course, because this is the first time it's ever been issued with Tolkien's illustrations. There is a trade deluxe, which is £45 with a jacket, no slipcase, not leather, has the number 1 showing it's the first printing. I'm not sure what the printing limitation is on this. It's probably 4,000. I'll try and check it out on the official Tolkien store and pop that up. They did 4,000 of the LOTR in the quarter leather last year, and silver gilt, very beautiful. And in the back here we have, let's see, this is Tolkien's hand again, and as I say, I bought this primarily because I love Tolkien's artwork, and his calligraphy I think is always beautiful as well. So there we go, there we are. So yeah, maybe that's let's see, that is Christopher's. The other one is JRR's. I do apologize. So I know it's filling the screen there. So there you go. I've not actually read the Silmarillion. I did buy a sort of hardcover illustrated one a while ago. I'm not certain about all this. So I'm going to pop that all out there I think it's rather sort of compromising the integrity of the book itself. And let's have a look at the book in more detail. Yeah, lovely silver gilts, and the blue leather's nice and really, really nice. Super. And we'll just have a flick through, and as you see, each chapter heading has a sigil there, and we've got, look at that, isn't that fantastic? I do love Tolkien's illustrations. They have a real character unlike anybody else's. Beautiful. Black and red and white there, very nice, which is something they did on the LOTR, of course, from last year. Really, really nice. There's a silk ribbon marker as well, goes without saying, that's popping out there. I do like a silk ribbon marker. I would say that, you know, it's usually the major publishers, they don't always get limiteds right, but this is great because the paper, of course, is thicker than this than it is on LOTR. So it's actually a readable edition. It's not just something you'd keep on the shelf and look at. It's really, really nice. So there we go. And it's got that lovely crackling feel. Extensive glossary, or index I should say, in the back. An appendix as well. Look at that. Fantastic. You do have to marvel at his inventiveness. I mean, I'm not a big guy on world building, but you know, it is fantastic stuff. So absolutely lovely. There, and what have we got inside the slipcase? Yeah, we've got the chapbook there, which is a really nice raised texture to it, and that's beautiful in itself. Lovely, really, really nice. It's a shame Christopher's gone, because they could have got him to sign this. You know, a signed state would have been really nice. This beautiful chapbook. I do love chapbooks. Stapled wraps, of course. Absolutely lovely. Great, that's so beautiful. I do love that. So we'll just pop it back in the slip and take a look at it. There is room in the slipcase for all this extra material, so that's actually good, you know, but that's lovely. It's a really nice cloth, actually. It comes out really well. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get my sort of standard illustrated from a couple of years ago, and we'll have a look at that, the two side by side. Now this is the Ted Naismith standard edition from a couple of years ago, which is illustrated, and I have done a video showing this, but I just thought I'd pop it out so we could compare the two. And this of course came out in a limited of 4,000 as well, in a slipcase, which at some point I may get because it's very beautiful. I say this is the standard one, but you know, the illustrations are quite different to Tolkien's style. Obviously they're more contemporary, they're more, you know, representational, as it were. They are really, really fantastic and really, really nice, and I do like that jacket. Now of course the limited version of this had a pictorial slipcase but no dust jacket, so I'll show you that at some point as well. So that's the two. You can obviously still get this edition. This is the trade, as it were, so there's plenty of those out there. There's no limitation on that, but as I say, the limited edition in the slip for that is gone. There might be a few out there still in internet booksellers sites. Now, being a bookseller working in the trade as I have done for many, many years, I get a discount, so this wasn't too bad. If you were willing to hang on, I think some of the sellers might eventually do some deals on it, but don't leave it too long. I think this will probably stay in print for about a year. The Silmarillion, of course, is less popular than LOTR. Isn't that beautiful? But, you know, it's an important sort of scholarly work, you know, sort of tribute to one man's imagination, and what a great hobby he had. You know, it's just fantastic stuff. And if only we saw more great books in these sort of editions, and if only we saw more sort of unfamiliar text coming out in special editions like this. So full kudos to HarperCollins Voyager for curating the Tolkien estate, doing such a lovely job, and you know, keeping lots of little interesting editions coming and going. And I've got the slip in the wrong way, so there we go. And yeah, the first edition of the Silmarillion with illustrations by Tolkien. And of course it's the first this, because the true first edition was the first printing back in the 70s. Shame it never appeared while he was alive. He really, really wanted that to be a thing, but it didn't happen. So there it is. We'll recap. We've got the prospectus, the chapbook about the writing. We've got the two maps as well, and this lovely little frontispiece card. So there you are. So this is Outlaw Bookseller signing out for now. More unboxings. If you like fantasy, do check my channel. I'm mostly an SF guy, but I talk a lot about sword and sorcery of the classic kind. And, you know, like, subscribe, comment, that sort of stuff. If you're regular, you can super thanks if you want. Thanks for now.